Before elevation, I just kind of felt drifted from God, and I guess since last night, I've definitely felt a lot closer because of everything.
Awesome.
So.
Awesome.
I just feel like God's been changing my heart, but pretty much before this elevation, I was thinking that if you did all the steps, that's what got you saved. But I realized that it's that and more. You have to want it. You have to you really have to go for it.
Last elevation was pretty intense, so I was like, I want to go do that again. So I invited some of my friends and, came out here. Been struggling since last elevation the whole year through. Just so much bad stuff had been happening in my life, and I was completely lost, and I didn't know what to do. So I figured, this might help. So the first night, the whole worship thing, I was like, it's good, but I didn't really feel anything like any sort of like God contact or anything like direct. But then last night was like, it changed my entire life. It was the craziest night like ever, because I literally felt the burdens of all the stuff I've been doing, the people that I've been with that I shouldn't be with, just struggles that I've been going through. Just literally, I felt them leave. Like, it's so hard to explain, but I just felt, I guess cleaner would be the word, because, I just felt like purified of all the bad things that I'd done and that had happened and that I'd seen. And I gave it all up to God, and He just took it away. And so,
awesome.
Elevation rocks.
Awesome. Thanks, brother.
There was a lot of things that going on in my life, because first, my brother had went to jail, and it really turned me down. And my mama, she didn't know what to do, because she was like so confused. Then that really, because first we had gone to Seacoast, because that's where Miss Ann had come and help me with nitro. So that's when that day I had get baptized. That's why God just had gone to my life.
A lot of y'all last night felt healing. I know that. And I've been struggling for 15 years, which is all my life, and particularly in the last 6 months, 5 months, I don't know, severe OCD. And I guess OCD, a lot of people don't know what it is. It's like a medical condition in which your brain works against you, kind of. Like, it's not like you can't function. It's like you get intrusive thoughts, and sometimes it can cause you to doubt your faith, and it can cause you to be worried that you're going to slip on something, I don't know, or like to just be scared of germs. Y'all have seen this TV show Monk. Well, it's kind of like that, but I almost have it worse than him. Last night, I just kind of gave it before God and Jesus, and I was like, I give this to you. And I realized, and maybe I didn't realize this, I kind of knew this, and maybe this can help y'all. Healing may not happen immediately. It's one of those things that I have to give to God, and it's on His time. Like, you may not feel immediately healed, like within the first 10 minutes of giving something to God. It could take a few years, but I mean, it's whenever it's best. And I just think that, and in front of y'all right now, I'm gonna work to cope with my OCD and the stuff doctors give, and just trust God will give me the right tools to fight back at it.
Before elevation, I wasn't really sure what I wanted from God. I wasn't really comfortable with the churches I was going to, and
God.
And before elevation, I was on the wrong track with my life completely.
Cool. And then at what point and what happened to make you, I guess, re-examine that?
Well, it started basically on the first night. I talked to one of the leaders and cried my eyes out, and I realized that I need God, and I accepted Jesus Christ into my life this weekend.
Well, before I came to elevation, I never really had a relationship with God, and I was really confused all the time, and I've had troubles my whole life with family and stuff. And then after I came to elevation, that all changed. I accepted Jesus Christ into my heart the night we got here.
Awesome.
And yeah.
Well, before last night, I mean, I just kind of copied what other people did in worship. I never really had a feeling of what to do, and then last night it just kind of felt normal and felt good, and like I wasn't copying people again.
Awesome.
Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna talk about like my experience in like the past months. Like I was trying to commit suicide, but like and depression. But I'm like last night I think God changed my life because I was. Hold up. He changed my life because like the pastors that they prayed for me, and now I feel like good and better.
That's awesome.
Before I came to Elevation, my parents had just gotten a divorce, so it was really rough. It was like 12 years of heck for me. I used to cry myself to sleep. We had there would always be the police around and everything. But then one day my mom after church said that I was going to Elevation, so I was really happy. And when I first got here, I made some nice friends. And last night was what really changed me. I like cried my eyes out, and then when they burned all the sins on the cross, there's nothing else to cry about.
Well, for the past year, close to a year, I've been suffering from symptoms of depression, and with the rising fear of being overcome by depression and failing. My father had depression, and I just know what it did to him and his dreams, and with that fear, I began to question my faith in God, and started getting off on the wrong paths, and becoming friends with people that did drugs and smoked and that sort of stuff, and I started cursing and being filled with anger, and just really getting off on the wrong path. And last night I decided that I need to give that up, and I really need to believe in God and let it go, and I did, and I feel a lot better. It's like chains have been broken off of my heart, and I can finally be happy again. I can smile, not just on the outside, but on the inside too.
I'm Sean. I'm from Long Point, and lately I've been feeling that my relationship with God's been one way, and last night the guy teaching or preaching told us to step out of our comfort zone, and everyone knows my comfort zone's bouncing around and jumping. And last night I kept hearing just sit still, and I realized last night that if you don't sit still and you're not quiet, you'll never hear an answer.
I seriously think God put me here to remind me that he's always with me, and he's helped to carry my burdens with me, because one of the things I've been struggling for the past 8 years is my parents. They don't really get along, and they can really tear it up, and they don't have the financial means to actually get a divorce, so they're always in the house. And for the past year, it's been really tearing me up, and it felt like I had to carry that burden alone, and I think he put me here to tell me that I'm not alone, and he's there with me.
Amen.
About 6 months ago, I tried cocaine, and I fell in love with it. And I'm here today to tell all y'all that are younger and older than me, never try it, because it will destroy your life. And I want to tell y'all, I may not know y'all, but I love y'all all, and I never want to see y'all go through that.
Awesome. Thank you.